Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but now let's talk about ICP. The overall ticker is quite, funny to say the least, but I'm sure a lot of people on my channel that have been requesting me to cover internet computer, are saying finally, Crypto ZX is covering ICP. And when I say this coin is highly requested, I mean this coin is highly requested. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at it, what's happening. I'm going to share my personal thoughts with you guys as far as the price is concerned, where I could see this project ranking. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So if we're looking at the entire market, pretty much seeing red across the board due to BTC at this point. I'm sure you guys have heard this in my other updates. But as far as ICP is concerned, it's down about 10% over the past 24 hours. But let me give you guys a quick reminder. On the weekly time frame, it's up 71%. And on the monthly time frame, it's up 190%. And of course, on the yearly, 152. Of course, these numbers are a little flawed. It's up way more, if we really take a look a little bit closer. So let's take a look at the price, see what is happening and where we could see the price going in the immediate short term. So you can see this for yourself. Internet computer is currently trading at $9.29, down about 10% over the past 24 hours in USD comparative. It's also down 7.5% in BTC comparative over the past 24 hours. Market cap currently sitting at $4.23 billion with the 24-hour trading volume currently sitting at $541 million. So, we did see the rank at the top 20 spot earlier today, but we're seeing a little bit of a pullback. And again, that is to be expected. Because ICP ran so high, so the projects that were below it are holding better than ICP right now. So obviously that explains as to why we're seeing the ranking go down a bit. So if you do not know what ICP is, it's a layer 1, and we know how hyped layer 1s are. Solana, ADA, Caspa. You get the idea as to what I'm saying. And this is another kid on the block that is doing its own thing, and what it's doing is something quite unique. And I understand where the hype factor comes into play. We're seeing internet computer trying to be the decentralized internet, and this is something that is revolutionary, right? We interact with internet on a day-to-day basis, and there's a lot of things that are centralized. What internet computer is doing is it's trying to make it decentralized, and this is gaining a lot of attention from a lot of people that understand where this can really go. People can literally build stuff on the internet computer. So especially developers, they're probably looking and saying, "Woof, wait, hold on, we can make something that could be revolutionary." So this is why it's gaining traction. Of course, layer 1 as well. Amazing. I know about this project literally since the last bull market. This project launched at a crazy market valuation. You can see this for yourself. All-time high, which was recorded on CoinGecko, is $700. And again, some exchanges it hit $1,200, some exchanges it hit $300, some exchanges it hit $700. But basically, the market cap was around $200 to $220 billion at its all-time high. And since it was launched, it's just been dumping over and over again, and its all-time low was $2.87 on September 22nd. You can see this for yourself. Since then, it's up 228%. So this is the exact number that it's up on the yearly time frame. But let's take a further look as to what is going on and whether or not we could see internet computer, making some more moves towards the upside. I'm going to share my personal, targets with you guys. But before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So, if we go on DeFi Llama and look up ICP, the TVL is so low. It's only 8.76 million, but this should kind of make sense to people. This project is still fairly new, and it's completely different from, what Solana is trying to do, what, ADA is trying to do, what, Avalanche is trying to do. So you guys get the idea as to what I'm saying. But, what ICP is doing is something completely unique. Like I said, trying to make the internet decentralized. And this is huge. This can pick up traction. If you really look further into ICP, and it has a lot of competitors. Like there's this one that I can't think of. There's Filecoin. There's another one, and if you compare the overall unique capabilities that each project kind of offers, ICP stands out. It stands out quite a bit, and this is why it's gaining traction. And of course, being a layer one is also a huge reason as to why it's gaining traction. But let's take a look at what's happening with the price. So of course, like I said, it's seen a significant pullback. And speaking about this significant pullback, this should also be a learning lesson for a lot of new people. A lot of new people. The reason as to why I say this is because in a bull market, you might see a project that launches that's going to already be at such high numbers. You just want to stay away from it, even if it's the future. If it's so highly valued when it launches, guess what? The VCs, the early investors, are going to dump the project. And that's literally what happened with ICP. It saw a significant pullback. And of course, a lot of people thought, this project is dead, this and that. But a lot of people are getting shocked at this point as to what it's doing. Is it going to reach the $700 price point? Possibly not. I don't think that it will. And honestly, I wouldn't even consider this $700 all-time high. Reason why? It was listed at around that range. And usually when we do see listings in a bull market pretty much at the peak, it's insanely high. And obviously a bear market follows, things literally fall. VCs are dumping like crazy. That's what happened with ICP. Something similar to ICP in terms of a huge pullback. You could see Gala Games as well. But if you're looking at the circulation supply, 451.2 million, total supply is 511. So circulation supply is pretty close to its total supply out there, which is nice to see. But can this go to 3 digits? That's what a lot of people are wondering. That's obviously too early to decide. It's going to be one step at a time. It needs to break out of key levels in order for people to get confirmation. But as far as the hype is concerned, the amount of people that are talking about it, that has increased to a huge level. And of course, at the end of the day, hype factor, the more the eyes are on a certain project, the better likelihood that it could pull some crazy gains. And it already has been pulling some crazy gains right now. So you can see this for yourself. We need to be focusing on this resistance right here. I make TA super easy for people to understand. And if you do follow me on my channel, you guys know I make it literally easy, nice, and understandable for newcomers coming into the space. So basically, you guys can see this for yourself. As you know, pretty much every project has gone in a bear market cycle since May. And once we broke below this $9.75 support line, you could see this for yourself. You can't make these things up. We saw literally the price try to break out of this resistance 2 different times and never managed to do so. Earlier this year, we did set ourselves a new yearly high at $8.25, and then we made our way back down to $3. Of course, we had a fake run earlier this year. You can see this for yourself. We had an additional 63% retracement, setting a new all-time low in September. But speaking about the all-time low in September, if anyone picked up some around that range, of course, the uncertainty at that level was insanely high. But if anyone did that, they were up about 294% literally since yesterday, obviously if you held it till now. And speaking about the 24-hour trading volume, this is something you guys want to be paying attention to as well. It hit an all-time high. We haven't seen this much buying pressure pretty much since its launch. So, the hype is definitely building up. A lot of people are excited about it. A lot of people think that this could be revolutionary and could be one of the top boys in terms of layer ones because, of course, of its unique, features and what it's trying to do. And it could be. I don't own any ICP. but maybe I will pick some up later on. But that I haven't decided on yet. If you do want to convince me, let me know in the comments down below. But if we're looking at the price, so you can make this up. We did see the price run up to this $11.78 resistance. So you can see this for yourself, literally wicked to that resistance and has seen a little bit of a pullback. And speaking about a pullback, like I said, pretty much the entire market is seeing a pullback. And of course, this project ran up so high. So, we did expect a little bit of a pullback, that was to be, pretty much coming. It's not any secret at this point, but what you're seeing is the previous resistance is playing as a level of support. Of course, I'm surprised that we did not hold at this 975 zone. It's really, really important, in my opinion, for the price to actually stay above this resistance and actually make this into a support. If it's able to make the resistance at 975 a support, I could see ICP obviously retesting the 1155 zone. And if this 1155 zone is able to clear, there's pretty much no resistance until $14.54. And if we put that into perspective from the current price levels, that is a 54% increase. So basically the main target that I would be aiming for ICP is 1604. That resistance is the most important resistance you want to be keeping an eye out on, because if that clears out, we could see ICP running to some insane levels. But with that said, now I'm sure people that have been picking up ICP throughout the last 2 to 3 months are probably smiling, but do not be greedy. Do lock some profits in, because BTC has not seen a huge significant pullback. We've been just seeing an upwards trend after upwards trend. So there is a little bit of retracement that is needed. If you watch my Solana update, if you watch my Caspa update, I've kind of discussed that. And maybe in January we could see that happening, and shakeout happening before we start heading towards all-time highs. And I think that could be in play. And of course that is going to impact ICP if that were the case. But obviously that is something that we need to consider Bitcoin for. So we'll take a look at it on a day-to-day basis, but that risk factor is definitely there right now. But I want to know from you guys what you personally think, where you see ICP trading at, at the end of the bull market. Where do you see it ranking, and what excites you the most? If you wanted to convince someone to pick some ICP and add it in your portfolio, what would be the, pitch that you would give them to, kind of look into it? So let me know in the comments. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.